Disc Jockey News is celebrating the 12 days of Christmas with 12 amazing prizes you could win. Prizes include 10 free stock digital gobos from Projectogram, 6 months online music download service from Top Hits USA, an Ultra Pin Spotlight and remote from Eternal Lighting, an illuminated DJ facade from Omni Systems, an easy pin pack spotlight package from Shabe DJ, a Mega Tripar Plus pack uplighting package from ADJ, 12 months online music download service from Prime Cuts, an iPad Mini 4 from DJ Event Planner, an MC4000 DJ controller from Den & DJ, 15 specialty video DVDs or drag and drop discs from Promo Only, 2 Laser Blade Gs and 2 Little Gs from Blizzard Lighting, and 2 EV EKX 12 tops, plus a free pass to hear EV live at Mobile Beat Las Vegas 2016. To sign up, stop by DiscJockeyNews.com 12 days, and all prizes will be delivered in time for Christmas to be put under the tree. Best of luck, everyone.
Countdown! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is night 12 of the 12 days of Christmas from the Disc Jockey News. We are here. We are here to bring happiness and joy to one of you out there who are watching the show, because we have got speakers that need to be under your Christmas tree. This has been a long journey, guys.
It has.
Yes. For those of us who've been here every night.
Yeah, so Shani, where have you been?
Working mostly and celebrating my birthday.
That's right. We were going to
2 weeks now.
Well, not celebrating my birthday for 2 weeks, but I've been working. I've been doing some corporate conferences. I've been traveling a lot doing those, and holiday parties been going on around me. So I've been working mostly. Just only celebrating my birthday for a little bit. Little bit.
Nice.
We talked about you for many weeks about how old you are.
That's true.
How old am I?
I went for 24.
Yes, on the left side of my body.
Yeah, you're so old you knew Captain Crunch when he was a private.
Are we doing Shani jokes instead of your mama jokes? They're Shani jokes now?
So old she knew
The
Burger
girl jokes?
Prince.
He was
So
a
old
prince.
she DJ'd at the Boston Tea Party.
Is this pick on the girl night? If it is, just let me know, because I'm all for it.
Just give it back, Shani. Just go for it.
I will. Trust me, I will. But does somebody have the bleep for me? So I can let them know when to bleep it?
No.
Shani's so old, when she was a kid, rainbows were black and white.
MJ, I was nice knowing you.
I fear nothing.
So here we are.
Kat said you're 21. So take that.
I am 21. Again, maybe on the right side of my body, but I'm 21, yes.
We're not talking about her IQ for those in the chat. I've been holding this up. They wanted me.
Yeah, exactly. This is pent up.
So I'm at her, face to face.
It's cool. It's pick on Shani Day. It's cool. It's all good. It's all good. It's fine. It's all good.
So before we let him continue, now did you do a gig? You were down in Vegas?
I was in Vegas for 2 days, and then I was out in LA and Hollywood for 3 days doing a job out there. And then I was in San Diego for 2 days.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Of course,
if you like to travel, of course, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry?
If you like to travel.
Definitely. If you like to travel, then definitely the corporate conference. If you like to travel and a lot of work hours. The corporate conferences are a ton of work hours. One of the conferences, I did not have a second tech with me. So I had a digital lighting board. So I was working the digital lighting board, and I was the AV tech for the PowerPoints. And I was running the sound, and I was miking all the speakers with the headset mics and taping them up and making sure everything was on them. So it was a little crazy at that conference.
Wow.
So you're no longer Chi-Town Shani, you're now Octopus Shani.
Seriously, I was like this. I was like, and cue all the lights. Oh, we'll just go with this one and see what that one does. Oh, okay. And a PowerPoint, sure. I hope they have the perfect cue, because I'm not hitting anything on that. And oh, you want a headset mic? Yeah, you'll just get the handheld right now. Okay, great. There we go. Yeah, it was a little crazy.
So your gear is following you around the country, or you're using local rental stuff?
For the corporate conferences, we have production companies that we use. And then as far as my DJ gear goes, I bring my own board with me. So I have a smaller board that I travel with. I have a little Pioneer one that I use, and I just plug into, the big mixer that the rental company gives us. So we have production companies that we use throughout the West Coast, East Coast, Midwest that we use for everything, for the whole entire production.
Awesome.
So I have techs that, most techs that I'll bring with me, and then there's techs that, depending on if we need union ones, there'll be union techs on site with me, which we thought I was getting a union tech on that one.
Yellow card, you gotta love those.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not going to get into that again with with that. It's like me working by myself again, but it's okay. They just want to know when the break is and what time they're going home, because it's certain hours they work and everything. But
what about that meal penalty now?
Exactly. They got to have the certain hours before they have to get up again, or I have to sign the paperwork and everything.
It's all good.
So I come in like the night before, and I supervise over the production to make sure we're all set up and everything. And then as far as the breakdown goes, at that point I kind of sometimes get to go, all right, boys, bye. I got my gear with me. You guys good? Okay, bye.
Have fun.
And usually sometimes I'm headed to the airport at that time, or if I'm not taking a red eye, I'll get to stay the night. And I usually just go to sleep because I got absolutely no sleep. Sometimes on these corporate conferences, I'm up, 5 a.m. before they come into the room at 7. And some of them, they go to 11 p.m., midnight. Some of them have no concept of time because it's on their clock. So they go to whatever time they want to go to. And I'm on their time.
Speaking of sleep, can someone else please talk now?
It's like that. Okay.
I don't know if I would offend the woman who's got more contacts to get your knees broken than the rest of us combined. I'm just saying.
Send them.
We saw that little picture you did of the the Amish mafia, but I think she's got connections with a little bit tougher than that.
Send them. I'll convert them.
You convert them over
to
to
the Amish. You're gonna convert them to the Amish.
Get my Crip boys out and we'll convert them.
Oh my!
You need a hug, MJ. Is that what it is? Do you just need a hug today?
He's like a Grinch tonight.
He
Seriously.
is. He is. He needs that costume.
My job is to entertain people. Okay. And sometimes that is the consequence of other people's whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
Fine.
I'm just gonna mute me, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna sit here, and I'm gonna
emoticon away.
One to death.
So let's, before we get into the drawing, we got a little bit of time before we get to that 8 o'clock. I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about some of the big news that's dropped here in the last probably 3 days, concerning the upcoming Mobile Beach Show. I don't know if everyone's caught up with that. The announcement was made, I think, late last week, maybe over the weekend. Anyway, within the last few days, that the ADJA is going to be combining and they're going to come together for the Mobile Beach Show. So that's been kind of big news. And then today there was some more big news, but I wanted to get your guys' thoughts. So we'll just kind of go around rapid fire. What are your thoughts with the two groups coming together for this, especially if you've been to the shows and such? Anyone, go ahead.
I'm going to say I'm excited about it. I mean, unfortunately, it's not a show I make because of the time of year that it runs. But I'm excited to see what it brings down the road. Right now, I'm going to say it sounds like somebody just couldn't keep up a show, and so they said, okay, now we're going to be part of that one. That sounds for this year. Next year, if they get if there actually is a true collaboration and there is a heavy on the education, heavy on the seminar type aspect, okay, then sure. But right now, I'm kind of like, okay, what's the real story?
Yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from there.
I've been to both shows and enjoyed both formats. They were very different formats, and so it'll be interesting to see what the new morph is with the two ideas coming together. Obviously, I don't think it'll continue to be Mobile Beat as it was in the past. nor will it be the ADJA Las Vegas DJ show going forward. So as they merge, it'll be an interesting outcome to see what survives from each of the shows. But I think it's positive. You know, I would rather see that and have one huge convention than little satellite ones all over the country, but nothing on a nationwide scale.
Yeah.
I just hope that it does move in the right direction with Drax and with Ryan, and they do become friends and happiness and happy, joy. And it, you know, it with all what's been happening the last couple of years, and it does become, you know, Mobile Beat has grown. And you know, last year was a great Mobile Beat considering that it was going down. And, you know, this year's going to be better. And I hope with Drax on board, with coming on board in maybe, you know, 2017, that he could bring his 2 cents into it, and him and Ryan can maybe put together a great 2017 show with the two of them now. And it's, you know, the 2 shows will now combine and they're, you know, collaborate, and it's going to, you know, be now the best of both worlds for everybody, for the people that couldn't go to maybe Mobile Beat, or the people that couldn't go to the ADJA, you know, and people get the best of both worlds now, hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. That'll be interesting to see how that works for this year and going ahead. James, have you been down to either of the shows?
No, I'm looking forward to actually going to Atlantic City. I don't like going to West Coast that much.
You and MJ are kind of fit the same boat with that one.
Yeah.
For MJ, that means getting on an airplane and having to travel. And
well, I'm 6'4" and a pretty big guy, so me and little airplane seats don't get along too well.
I'm only 6'1" and a fairly decent sized guy, and boy, oh boy,
yeah.
I could understand that one. Oh, that's not nice. Shaney and I sat when we went from Atlantic City back to Chicago. We sat next to each other, and it was like throwing elbows and, you know, pushing each other, and it was really bad. She made me cry 3 times. It was just.
John, in all fairness, Shaney actually said it was closer to 5 times.
Come on. Okay,
and that was before my first drink.
that was before she came around with the 3 cocktails.
And I'm supposing that the flight attendant made you separate because you got in a fight.
No, they were actually taking bets, I think, in the back of the plane.
Yeah, exactly. How many times can he cry? How will he cry tonight?
Yeah.
I want to be able to have enough money one day just to be able to ride first class, just so I can say I've done it once, you know. Check it off.
We were first class.
His first class is, yeah, you can on that airline.
Well, we were on Spirit because for us to go to Atlantic City, it's very hard for us to get there from the Midwest.
Gotcha.
So because it's either us going that way or going through Philly and then trying to figure out how to get, you know, are we going to take a train, or are we going to
get a rental car?
Are we going to go with the old people and get the shuttle with the old people going to play the slots and mahjong and everything? So
get the rental car.
Well, we've done it too, but I don't need a rental car when I'm in Atlantic City.
You basically get there, you know.
So it's like for me, the rental car just sits there because I either just Uber it if I'm around Atlantic City, or I just, you know, jump in cabs with everybody. So I don't need a rental car once I'm there, and then it just sits at the hotel. So for me, it's just easier just to do the whole Spirit Airlines once a year and just deal with it. And then I get to sit next to John.
There you go.
So that's like a plus for me.
John, did you hear about the Wed Guild announcement today?
That was the other one I wanted to chit chat about a little bit. Now that's the other big news in the industry. I don't know if you guys all got to hear that today, but the announcement came that the Wed Guild, which, let me go through a little history of that. The Wed Guild was started by Peter Mary. It was kind of a bridge from his book, and the initial idea was that the wedding entertainment directors would be this group of wedding entertainers that would have passed this level of competency with different testing and review, and they would submit performance things and introduction videos and different things, and they would be basically to a point graded as a pass-fail. And once they've achieved a competency in all these different areas, they could become a wedding entertainment director. Peter Mary started that, and he had that for a while. And it would have been 2014, I think, fall of 2014. it was transferred from Peter Mary to the ADJA. And the idea was that they would be able to bring that in and make that kind of the gold standard within the ADJA, so that people would come in, join the association, and then basically aspire to get to the Wed Guild. Today, the announcement came out that it's being transferred back to Peter, and I'm trying back to Peter and Liz, because Liz was involved as it continued on through the last few years, and I'm just trying to remember the wording of it. It was, I think they said that the idea was ahead of its time, and that DJs just weren't interested in something that was some sort of certification where they would have to do something for. And again, I'm kind of paraphrasing. And that's what that point that I wanted to talk about is the Wed Guild ahead of its time, or what happened? Why? What do you guys feel that brought it to this point where it's at?
Personally, I don't think it achieved enough nationwide publicity for people to understand what it is and want to become a member. And then I also think that the standard was set too high for the average DJ. I think perhaps there should have been, like 3 tiers or so. And so that there was, an encouragement to get people in on the bottom floor and then work their way up the tiers. But as I understood it, it was always a all or nothing idea.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I think you're right.
And although very admirable, and the guys that are in it, Mitch Taylor, Peter Murray, all those, I have nothing but the utmost respect for those guys. And maybe, that wording ahead of its time is a good way to word it. But to me, I think it just signifies a failure that it didn't catch on to the degree that everyone, Peter as well as Drax, hoped that it would. And I think in my own personal observation, they just needed more tiers and more publicity to try to get the word out. But I'm glad that they're at least trying to keep it alive for those members who did submit and go through all of the processing. I think the word was perpetuity, or just they'll still be there on a permanent website as far as their achievement goes. But and they're still going to process new members as well, from what Liz's post said, Elizabeth Liz Daly. So you can read more about it there. But it was just announced today, late this afternoon. So it's still fresh on the press.
So here's my question, because I didn't hear about the announcement, and I heard about the 2014 when it was switched over. But what changed by sending it back? Like, I'm going to play devil's advocate here, but if I'm a member, well, I am a member, but I'm looking at the different things that's happening throughout ADJA, and now I'm going, okay, the show that they used to do September, then they moved to the spring. Now they're suddenly combining up with Mobile Beat. Okay, whatever. They pull on the Wed Guild. Now suddenly they're sending it back. Like, it's almost like, okay, we're going to have all these things, but nope, never mind. Like, hands off.
Well, I talked to Drax, and I'm not going to say anything because I haven't, talked to him to say, can I say anything publicly yet? Right. So I really don't want to say anything, but I just think that, he's trying to keep everything out that he's been trying to do. So it's like, okay, ADJA kind of failed and bye everybody. Like, I don't think he wants that to happen. So he's trying to kind of put everything in other places so people feel comfortable that.
And it's a one-man show. He's got a lot of hats.
Yeah. And that's the problem. He has a lot of hats, and he didn't have people or a committee or a group of people with him that helped him out with it. Mm-hmm. So he's trying now, he doesn't want to say he failed. He personally doesn't want to say that. So he's now saying, like, okay, I'm going to do this with Mobile Beat, and now, this part, I'm going to pass it over to here. So people who are part of this, I don't want you to think that it's not going to happen anymore. These people are going to take this over. This is going to happen over here. We're still going to do this. We're still going to do that. As far as the ADJA conference goes, he's got a lot of legal battles with that now, because for those that went to it, he signed a 10-year contract.
So what?
For those that he publicly said that at the conference. I signed a 10-year, he said it in the seminar room. I signed a 10-year contract with Caesar Entertainment.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody loved it there.
Right.
Yeah.
And he signed that contract. Yeah. So he's got his hands full right now.
Oh,
Sure.
So it wasn't an easy decision for him to do what he had to do. For those that think like he's kind of just throwing in the towel. I'm not saying you guys, I'm just saying people who are just thinking like, oh, Drax just kind of did this and oh, great, look what he's doing. I was part of this, or I was this, I was that. Like, it wasn't an easy decision for him. He's going through a lot of hoops and jumping through a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
right now.
for full disclosure, I am a member of the American Disc Jockey Association, but I am not a Wed Guild member. So just,
Either am I. So like, I don't know that part of it. I just read what was posted today of him passing it over and what he, to keep those members still going, and what he's doing with them. And as far as like the ADJA members, like he still wants to have the meetings. Yeah.
It could very well be that Peter and Liz may eventually kick that back up and get it back active again. Once it's back in their control, they can do anything they want. But
Exactly.
For now, it just seems to be on idle.
Well, at least he didn't cut and run,
Right. And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, at least he didn't just say, deuces, I'm out, peace out, homies, I'm done with this industry. Bye-bye, Felicia.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, hearing these things, that's the type of
What happened?
that's the type of thing that I'm feeling like right now. That's what, and so I'm glad to hear the other side, and that's one thing we go back to the original question about is ahead of its time. It's, what did we hear about it? We heard that they took it on. I heard more about it probably when it was prior under the Wed Guild, when it was with Peter and Liz, because of the conferences where I'd see them. Oh, they presented or whatever. Beyond that, I haven't heard much about it. And now I'm hearing this stuff, and it's just like I'm really starting to go, so I'm glad that there's another side to it, but it does make you wonder.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be more to come.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there will be. I definitely will be. And I think, as Shaney's been saying, is that there's a lot of restructuring going on. And I think 2016, I think that a good way to define 2016 is going to be a year of restructuring, and not just with the ADJA. You're going to see numerous major companies within the industry that are restructuring. And I'm talking going from lighting companies to the media. You're going to see some changes with us. You're going to be seeing changes with Mobile Beat this year. I'm not sure with DJ Times. I'm not as privy to there, but we've all got some major changes that are going to be happening. A lot of this is just the evolution of the industry and the evolution of how people are doing things, whether it's attending shows or consuming information online or how they're buying things. So it's really an evolution.
Driven.
It really is. It is across the board, whether it's a consumer watching videos or reading newspapers or reading magazines or looking at emails or buying gear.
Yep, smartphones and internet have definitely changed our world.
That's for sure. That is for sure. Okay, we've got about 5 minutes. 5 minutes before we do the drawing. Yes, we've got.
MJ, are you excited?
He's asleep.
Everybody's just glad to be here.
I was just kind of bored with the conversation. That's all.
Oh, sorry, dude.
That's
Because
I honestly, you got to understand, I'm looking at this from the people tuning in.
World.
No, from the people tuning in to see us. I have so many people that'll come to me after we do these things. Like the big one was the LDI show. Most people have no idea what LDI show is. They don't know what a lot of these expos are. To them, what we do is in a magazine or the local store or something their friend uses.
Yeah.
So a lot of this talk we do, I just kind of sit here and go, it is like, as I posted in the chat thing, that it's an industry night, and it's discussion amongst industry people like ourselves who report on the news and stuff like that. So it's just, I don't know. I look at a lot of this and say, you said that cell phones and stuff changed the industry. Absolutely. And I think for the better, because it finally puts what people actually want on top instead of what people in the industry is trying, because it's the same way with the music industry. Instead of trying to shove a style of music down our throats, we now know what people actually want.
Yeah, it's coming from the bottom up instead of the top down.
Yeah, exactly the way it should come from the foundation and not the top.
I agree.
So I think it's a good thing myself. Bring it on.
Yeah, it's just gets to be kind of a scary or an uneasy feeling as someone who's been looking at it from the other way around, and now it's really a reverse way of thinking, and that's very difficult. And I've talked to other people.
There we go.
It's a chasing game. You're a part of the chasing game now, which is cool.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
boring.
You're on your toes.
It is. It is. That's for sure. So tonight we're going to be giving out. You know what? I said I was going to bring those speakers over, and I didn't, and they're over there. Well, you know what? They've got. I know. I'm evil.
Go get them
What
now.
kind of speakers are they? What's going on right
Wait,
now?
don't you have a GoPro? Where's the GoPro?
Yeah, seriously, Shaney, show up once in a while.
It's, Electro Voice EKX. We're going to be giving away some 12p speakers right over there. And the way we're going to do tonight's drawing is a little bit different. I have pulled a list down. I pulled it just before we went on air. I think that's why we were a few seconds late, is because I was pulling that file over to this computer. I have everyone who has signed up as of, what would it have been, 7/25, which is 2,200 signups right on the nose. And what I'm going to do is we're going to have one of you, which one of you has a computer up where you can go to a random number generator? I'm going to have one of our co-hosts here. They're going to do a random number generator, so I won't know. The only thing is we cannot select someone for the speakers who is not, it's got to be a U.S. address. So
U.S. address.
it has to be U.S. address. So if we pull a number and we'll go to the spreadsheet, if it's somebody from a Canadian address, then we're going to need to they'll get a jacket, and then we'll unfortunately, Electro Voice can't ship those across the border.
Are you saying we can win a jacket?
Yeah, you can win a jacket because unless you're from Australia, and then because one of our writers is in Australia, and I was going to send his jacket to him, $45 to mail his jacket to him. It's like, no, I'll see you at Mobile Beat coming up in March, and I'll go buy you and your wife. I can buy you like a Big Mac. 'Cause that's the kind of guy I am.
High roller.
Yeah, man. Everyone gets a Big Mac.
All right, I've got your random number when you're ready.
Okay, so
I've
you've
got
got
a random number when you're ready.
Okay, my random will get one speaker. His random will get the other speaker, and this is up to them to figure it out.
I'm going to give you a random number. Is what I'm gonna do now. Go ahead.
I've got your random digit.
I was going to have you be the drum roll, Dan. So since Dan is picking the random number, who would like to be the drum roll?
I'll be the drum roll.
Okay, Dan, I've got the list up, and you went 1 through 2,000.
1 through 2200.
Perfect.
And the number is.
Are you ready, John?
Yes.
Stand by.
1402.
Bingo. I'm sorry.
14.
It's
1402.
Yes, sir.
Drum roll, Mike.
Scrolling down.
Is it Canadian?
No,
Is it US?
I'm not there yet because I had to use a different program. I was doing okay, and it's
Different
really
Canadian
small type.
Canadian numbers, it's worth less. I mean,
So is John's list
Canadian numbers is
random?
2300.
Okay, so the question becomes: Is Darius going to win a jacket or is he winning the speakers?
Ha!
Darius Woods, DJ Dreamy's entertainment service, and he is from 29, California.
He is screaming right now.
There's a town called 29.
hey, right around here, there's an 84 and a 100, and I have spent nights in both of them. I'm proud of that.
So who is it? Who's the winner?
I like that.
Darius Woods.
At the face palm. That's what I was going for. Perfect.
Darius Woods is the winner.
Darius Woods is the winner. Congratulations. You are the winner not only of, I got to paste that in here, not only of the speakers, the EKX 12Ps, you're also going to get a pass to the Mobile Beat 2016 show where you will be able to come down there and you're going to be able to hear the EV experience in the main seminar room, which if it is even close to what last year's, even if it's half of what last year's was, it was an incredible sound experience, and it's going to be the same or better this year because they're really going to bring it to the event. So Darius is our winner. Congratulations. Yay.
Yes.
Cool.
Congratulations.
And it wasn't somebody from the Midwest.
It wasn't. It was a California person, and we didn't have the Canadian. I was worried that we'd have that bad feeling if somebody from Canada and they were like, oh no, eh?
And Dan got to pick the number.
Yeah.
So many comments I could do.
Santa Claus.
MJ, what's our next topic? What are we gonna?
Dana Claus.
Dana Claus.
Wait.
Well, you didn't tell me to pick any
Well,
subjects.
you usually got a bunch of them on, and
Grinch.
And we got too serious. We got serious in the first part, so.
Yeah, we gotta get.
Yeah, so
messed up
MJ,
here.
pick a topic. Grinch, negative Nancy.
What's your favorite liquor to put in eggnog?
Oh,
My favorite alcoholic drink is NyQuil.
I was gonna say, yeah, he doesn't drink for one thing.
Yeah.
And
Love me some NyQuil.
Captain Morgan spiced rum. I don't drink anymore either.
yeah, see, you're talking to a group that just doesn't drink. I mean, we when you brought that hard root beer to the room at DJ Expo, Dan, we're all looking like oh, look at that. Sorry, we're just not.
I was just going for. I'm drinking regular eggnog, and so I thought. I know you should
exactly.
put something in it, so why not ask?
Right? Why not ask?
I'm trying to get to my list just so we can
he's.
talk stuff. But right now, okay, for this one here is what I want to talk about, and I'm not even to my list yet. I'm just rambling, aimlessly as I'm clicking through here because that's just kind of what I do. Dan, I will pimp slap your mama. And
my mama might like
we're
it.
gonna talk about people's mamas now.
No, seriously, Shani, stop.
He's getting mad at me.
Every time you put up the blue room.
So fun. Since it is Christmas time, and I was going to kind of wait till later on and ask this question, but if you were to have something in the industry, whether it be technology, programs, shows, whatever, that you think should be a standard and should be implemented right now, what would it be? Is it something you would add to a piece of hardware? Is it a piece of software? I wish my software did this. I wish I went to this show that did this. What would you have that if your Christmas gift of, everything should have this, what should it be? And yeah, that's great.
Well, you're asking kind
throw
of
something at us and know it.
it takes a little thought.
Because I could rattle off a whole bunch of things. Number one, I think there should be at least 2 sound cards in all of the controllers and mixers. I think that they should have both 1/8" and 1/4" plugs for headphones, and I think all headphones should come with plugs on both ears so you can switch sides depending on what you want. I think that
You have a lot of time on your hands.
So he's building like the perfect DJ equipment.
Think about this. No, think about this. If a carpenter is working with his tools all day, he's going to say, I wish the hammer did this, or I wish it was tapered like that. So I'm talking about things that are part of your life. Now, again, and I'm going to start busting on people with this because John may give me a chance in the future to have an after show where I can really go off on this, but I've seen too many DJs who don't look at music and DJing with a passion. And it scares me because music is something that moves people's soul. I mean, I would love to have people do an anonymous thing and answer honestly. Yes or no, life would be pointless without music. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there are people that I guarantee we've had on here that will go, I don't know, music's music, whatever.
I rephrase your question.
I believe music is life.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people do because I've heard people on this show go, it's just music. It's not really what I do.
Wow.
No, but what's your definition of music?
Thank you. This is what I want. I want you guys.
What's your definition of music there? And that's going to be the key.
What's the definition of music?
No, but what I'm saying is to those people who have the I don't know what it's going to be. It's they're thinking of a certain.
Do that again.
No. What? No.
You'd swear he has a teenage daughter.
I want the 5-pound
6-year-old sign close enough.
I want the 5-pound DJ turntable.
Oh,
Five?
there you go.
I'll
Very
go for
cool.
2.
Yep. There you go.
If they can lighten up amps, they can lighten up turntables. I know, we got to deal with that rumble, and that's the whole reason why they have the big rubber bases on them. But there's got to be another way to deal with that. And a lighter turntable would be great.
How about a case that protects that's not heavier than every other piece of equipment in it put together?
I was in Odyssey's ear this year at the expo about that. Why can't you have a carry case as opposed to a protection case? And they said they did one time, but people would constantly return it and going, it's broke, I'm returning it. Well, it's not because it's a case for protecting, not for, like flight case. And people, and that's why, because people can't be honest and go, well, I thought it could stand anything.
So I dropped it.
I wish it was too. I agree.
I mean, I got my SX a couple years ago, and when I brought it home, I set it on my kitchen table. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. I'll be able to, when I need to move it in and out, this is gonna be great. I ordered a case for it. It had the slide top to it, and I put it in the case. And I picked it up. I'm like, what the heck? I'm about to break my back in difference. I'm like, I thought I was making this lighter and easier, and now it's like 20 some pounds or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I realize is not uber heavy, but compared to what the controller was, it's like.
Yeah, when you have a 10-pound controller and a 30-pound case, something's wrong there.
Well, I got a portable DJ booth that's like about 150 pounds. But all I do is I roll out and I power it up and I hook up my speakers and I'm done. It's ready to go in like 15 minutes from truck to playing music.
Cool.
I got a trailer never be able to do.
It kind of sounds like a gurney, like where the legs fold up and he just pops it out and all the DJ gear's there.
It kind of is.
Okay.
Are you hauling that in a trailer or another vehicle?
Or a hearse?
An SUV. And it's got like this fold up base that I designed that is like it accordions out, but it's made of 3/4 inch plywood. So when you fold it out, it's very sturdy. Yeah, I could dance on the thing, and I'm a big boy. All right, it's very, very sturdy. So I've been really happy. It's changed my setup time from like 30 minutes to 45 minutes down to 15 minutes.
I think that's why a lot of people choose rack mount stuff, because that same sort of thing they can roll it in. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know. That should be something we should do a session on in the future. Little things that you've done to make your setup quicker, because we've all had little setups or bought this kind. I've seen guys with their cases for their equipment, whether it be turntables or whatever, they'll drill holes and put a little plug in there to where it's just a simple pop, and just stuff that isn't made. And that's what I'm talking about, stuff like that. I have a facade that folds out, and it's literally, when it's folded up, it's like this, and it folds out from a W and creates this thing. And it's one of the things that I've always said, that if I can't make it in by myself in one cart with everything I have to rethink what I'm doing, or hire out, which I do that often, and just go, okay, I'm going to hire somebody for this.
Well, I sent John some my designs, and I'm getting ready to rethink. Well, I've already rethought it, but the new case is going to be less than half the size, and it doubles as a rack, not a rack, but a transport for all the other equipment. Goes right up on top of it and stacks up.
Dolly.
I'm going to be building it about within the next month. So I'll send out pictures and all that.
So James, not to discredit what you're about to do, they do have a rock and roller cart that now has a bridge across the top that can be your stand. So you wheel it in with that attached, you pull the speakers out.
Yeah. Except for one thing. That doesn't allow me to have all my light control stuff in it already pre-wired. This thing's ready to rock and roll. The same concept, except it's going to be smaller and be able to fit into a backseat of a regular full-size car.
Nice.
So,
Pat,
yeah,
Pat,
yeah. Pat,
yeah, I'm working on it.
Like me. Now, anybody else? Anything you would like to see? Like I said, let's look at the things that maybe you've customized, and you're like, man, I wish I had this.
I just wish that all speakers had like the same inputs and outputs. So like depending on if I'm connecting it to my mixer, connecting to a mixing board, I don't have to figure out if it's female, male, if I have to bring these, these cords, these cables, what I need to bring, because all of them, whether they're powered or not powered, I have to bring all these different cables depending on which ones I'm bringing. It's like I never know which ones I have to do if I got these powered speakers and this one's like, oh no, these have the Eons are doing this one, but the EVs have this one, but these are connecting this one. I'm like, oh my God. Okay.
I guess what you could do is bring a big bag of adapters.
I have them in the back of my car like that. Drives me.
Yeah, I just don't like I don't like have to keep adding more and more. I just rather just do one cable if I don't have to do adapters.
Well, I know like on a couple of my QSC amps, the snap connector is also 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
So I mean that's awesome. The speak-on also doubles as a 1/4 inch. So I'm pretty happy with that. That would be cool.
But we have all different types of speakers. Like since we're a multi-op, we have all different types. So it's like we have to have cables for every different, and it's
tell you how I handle that.
You just need a better rider, Shady. Just
right? That's the problem, Dan. I thought I had a great rider.
You're bringing me in. It's got to be this speaker with this type of input.
Don't tell
I'm
Ben.
not coming.
Ben thinks I have the best rider.
Don't tell Ben. My fix for that was to create a bin for each pair of speakers that stays with that speaker. So I have a lot of.
We have that. Yeah,
but
he just wants one set of cables, no matter what. I hear you. That's
right. But we do, exactly what you're saying. We have that. Like we have if we're bringing system 2 out, system 2 bin goes with that. But there's a lot of times, if we're adding certain things to those events. If that event now added extra cocktail, or if we're adding extra speakers because now it's a 8-speaker system, or if we're adding extra things but then now we have 4 events going on. So it's different speakers that we have to bring in. There's just so much going on that night or that week that, just that one little mess up. I'm just saying that one mess up and you just bring those one wrong cables because you're
So as your business manager, I'm going to recommend that you liquidate all of your speakers and replace them with all one single brand.
There you go.
Greatly simplifying your setups.
Here's another thing that I want to make sure
I can't do that though. We can't do because there's certain speakers that are great for certain things, like for our corporate events. There's for the corporate conferences. I would love to do that, but there's a certain
Just don't help.
Yeah, I appreciate that because power speakers are great for certain things, but then what does that look, MJ? What does that look, MJ?
How many different hookups do speakers have? Name them. XLR,
quarter
inch,
or input.
Speak on.
Yeah,
How many of you own speakers that have that kind of design?
Speak-ons?
Yeah,
I do.
You do really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a pair of subs, JBL subs.
Yeah.
No.
Not powered.
Mine's all 1/4 inch or the powered or XLR.
There's the banana plugs.
True. There's 4.
Well, that's on the back of the amp. I got
Old
those.
school. That's old school, but okay, cool. All right.
So,
Cool.
all right. So I've got my other wish list here, and this comes more from a venue standpoint. And I think any of us who've done any places could agree. How about every venue with enough common sense that the DJ should be near a dance floor?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm going to throw one other place because I've sent you the picture, MJ, of not just in the same area of the dance floor, but how about on the same level, not in a balcony?
Yeah.
I sent MJ this picture. I have this one place that's near me, and for whatever reason, they converted an old barn. Fine, no big deal, and it's really nice inside. But they have a loft area that used to be the bedroom when they did something. So it's a spiral staircase that my rack mount is too wide to fit up, that I actually have to turn it end on end and carry it up in order to get up there in the loft.
When he says spiral staircase, he seriously means a twisted ladder, shoulder width, to go up. Okay, it's not a stairwell that comes this way.
I have a venue that's very much like this. It's an old church that's converted to a reception hall, and I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. The people that own it and manage it are great, but they absolutely have got this hard coded in their head that the DJ and the speakers need to be upstairs. And I finally fought with them, and I'll bring me and my gear up there in the past, but my speakers stay at the same level as the guests on the ground floor. And then about a year ago, I recently announced that I wouldn't be going up there anymore, and consequently have lost referrals to that particular venue. And I understand their decision, but this is ridiculous. There's such a serious disconnect for weddings because you're upstairs, you can't communicate with bride and groom and coordinate things. And it makes no sense at all. So I spend more time going up and down the stairs all night than I do worrying about everything else that I need to be worrying about. So I'm with you on that one, Dan.
Well, I'm not moving my big DJ booth up there, that's for sure.
That's what I'm saying, James. If you have seen this place, there'd be no way.
No, you know what? I actually got, I can break it down. I got a couple of cases that are specially designed for when I can't bring the DJ booth. So what I do is I break it down into this other case that used to be a CD player, tabletop CD player. thing, and I put my controller in there and my little mini mixer and all that. But I charge by the stair, man. I ain't going upstairs. You're gonna pay per stair. It ain't gonna be cheap. Nope.
Shane's just got it in a rider, so she doesn't have to worry about that.
She's got people to do that kind of stuff.
She's got grunts.
You got people help her.
She got grunts.
You don't hate.
Yeah.
That's why I hire out. I don't hate.
Don't hate.
I look at a gig and I go, okay, that's bigger than I have. Who can I hire? And I'll hire them and I'll say, okay, you need to be here by this time. I'll make sure I show up at that time and go, yeah, this goes here, this goes here.
Good point. Yeah, got it.
But yeah, so I don't know. I agree with you on this. So anybody else? That's a good one because I think that especially with the where you're at, like in those two situations, both the Mike's loft and all that, it's just too common sense to us is stupidity to someone else. So I think that's
well. And the other one for me is DJ tables. It's like I can't believe the number of venues that still expect us to haul tables, but nobody else does. No other vendor needs to bring their own table.
You know what? I started bringing I bought a Grundorf table that folds up, and I actually use it to set a lot of my stuff on as I'm bringing it in on my rock and roller. I do that because what I found was I had venues providing them, but they were so crappy. Like they were bending or they were doing this, or, if I did have a facade, the table was like 10 feet long and my facade is, 8, just all these other kind of things that I was just like, you know what? I got this little table, boom, set it up. Now I don't have to worry about your inadequacies.
Do you do mostly weddings or other events?
Mostly weddings. I have a few school dances, but other than that, it's weddings.
Yeah, I got out of the table business when brides started wanting me to pay for the skirting to match the rest of the room.
I actually
DJ table would be differently. Huh?
I actually have all black, white, and
I have it all black, but they when they wanted it to match the rest of the decor, which is certainly their privilege, it's like it's time for me to get out of the table business, and so I have it in my contract. It's one of the things that they have to provide. They can decorate the front any way they want. I don't care, and make it look like all the other tables, and that's all great.
That's why on my porta booth, the front I have actually a scrim in the front, scrim material, and it's backlit. Just like the facades that are lit up, it's backlit, and I can change it to any color for any bride, and don't have to hear a mess.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question to ask you guys. You guys go to venues that they don't provide you a table?
Yes, they actually have that going on around here.
I don't want
they still think for some reason the DJs are so.
Okay, so I mean, I am just playing this game because I've gone like to houses, like if I've done like a house party, we'll bring a table just because we don't expect them to have like a table for us. But we'll like when we, send them the timeline and go over stuff and like what time we could load in, we'll say like you providing us a 6-foot or 8-foot table. What do they say when you say that?
Well, it's in my contract, so they have to. And then we confirm that that's being done, or we can provide a table, and I charge them $30 for a rental fee.
So when they say we don't have a table for you, do they just say we don't provide the table?
Yeah, the venue doesn't have it, period, or the venue has X amount of rounds, X amount of rectangles, and the bride and groom can do whatever they want with them. And if they didn't assign one for you, well, then you don't have a table.
See, I've had any of the places where it's like set up for you and those kind of things. I almost always have a table, and I have tables. I've had people provide me tables that don't need to. I started bringing my own because of the quality that I was running into, and I would actually say one of my old cases, I actually had scratch up a table one time. I knew about it. I didn't know about it.
Tell you one thing that's changing.
It was on carpeting. It was on a tablecloth, but all of a sudden I was just like, something just sounded like it scraped. So I kind of looked it up. I was like, okay. So it was one of those things that was just like, I'm not going to mess with this anymore. And I had my own stand. So there was one way that I did it. And now since I've switched to a different rack, I use a table and I set it up. I know exactly the size it is. I know what I'm dealing with when I walk in.
Yeah. Well, those people with facades are going to matter as well, because one of the problems that I ran into recently with a subcontracting for a friend of mine, I went to doing a wedding for him, and that venue wanted a lit facade, and I don't have one. So he provided his, but he had to also provide the table because it was custom made for his table.
The venue wanted a facade?
Yes, there's a venue this particular gentleman goes to on a regular basis, and they wanted that look that he always has.
Because they wanted to have everything covered probably. They want that neat, clean, sexy, everything covered.
Yeah, I have a
it's
place
just
that
what
provides a marble.
Yeah, it's just the standard that he usually provides, and that's what they wanted in his absence. And so everything else was cool, but so he actually had to make a facade, a second one, and bring it and his table, I don't know, probably 30 miles one way out of his way to set that up.
Wow.
I know that struggle. I mean, I know that struggle.
thing.
I go to events and Red Bull brings their big, giant lit up, DJ booth, and it's a couple inches too tall, and it's some area, and we just,
That's just because
I do have an honest complaint about that because I work with Red Bull a lot and get to use their DJ booths. They just give them to us to go use, and I think they are too tall. So.
Well, we have a truss table that we use. Like, we use a truss table, and for me, it's too tall. Like, because as soon as I put my DJ equipment on it, my truss table is like right here. Like, I'm like, come on, boys.
Most
like,
of the
I'm not that short, but
fader is supposed to be belly button high. That's
like, I'm like DJing like this. Like, I'm like, come on.
No, check it. I'm 6'4".
Like,
And
you would love my truss table. You would love the truss table that we use. Like, I literally am like DJing like right here. Like, I'm like, this is ridiculous for me.
My booth is like from the table, where the controller height is 44 inches.
See, I love when my clients want like a dragon type front board. I'm like, yes, I don't have to use the truss table. I'm like so excited, because it's either this or I use a normal table.
Hey, Mike, Michael, I have a quick one for you. A friend of mine just bought a wireless.
I was there for a minute.
What?
I had to think who I was there for a minute. So okay.
A friend of mine just bought a wireless Bluetooth transmitter because he wanted to use wireless headphones, and there was some serious latency issues, and he wasn't able to do it. So an improved Bluetooth, and apparently the range is really short, like 30 feet or so.
Oh, Bluetooth is almost line of sight. Yeah, I have a friend of mine actually who's testing a pair right now that is both wireless and wired, so that if the wireless screws up, you can wire it in. And I'm kind of like, when you're done testing that, give them to me. I want to try them myself to see if they're really effective. But that's the thing with the wireless. The same way as we'd all like to have wireless speakers and stuff like that. There's always that issue of just whether it be the signal is getting interfered with, or it's too far, too short, or if there's another electrical thing there, So
yeah, I had some wireless. I had some wireless that were just like RF series wireless, and there was always like a small hiss in the background that would drive me nuts.
Yep.
It would just absolutely drive me nuts. And it's like, okay, I can't even use these for. I can't even use them at home for listening to music because that hiss is, I'm a freak about that stuff.
But the thing is most DJs I know are so deaf they wouldn't hear that hiss.
What?
What? Hey?
But no, I agree there with the wireless. That would be something that if they ever get that perfected, that would make our business, because they're doing it with the lighting and how much is wireless uplighting helped us.
Well, don't they have
his only beef was that there was just too much of a delay.
Right. If you're like
he's
live,
a club DJ, and so he actually mixes videos all night long, and he said it was just too much latency.
Yeah.
Didn't he have some kind of infrared version of headphones?
Red again is line of sight, so.
Yeah, and because I think those were in a lot of vehicles with DVD players for a while.
Yeah. I don't know. It's the future. What can we expect?
You asked for a wish list. There you go.
So
that's what I like. That's what I want to hear. The passion about what you're doing, and whether it be down to the height of the table or whatever. That's what it's about.
See, and I would like to have a multi-channel Bluetooth capability, so one device could hook up to like 6 devices via Bluetooth, and to be able to control back, and that would be just
supposedly the new Chromecast audio is supposed to be able to do multi and syncability, so that instead of it being delayed, you can adjust it to match. So the one across there matches where you're at, which you can do with digital stuff now. But the little Chrome, the $35 Chrome, I'm this close to buying it. Chromecast audio.
That would be very cool.
because they sell it for a whole house thing. So if you have any sort of speaker whatsoever, like a pair of computer speakers or whatever, and you buy 2 or 3 of those, put them around your house, power them up to the Chromecast audio, your whole house can be synced to one thing. So, but I'm wondering how that goes with, hooking it up to a full PA system. That's why I want to buy it, to test it, how big and bad is this thing? But cool. Anything else?
$35, I wonder.
Well, they've had great success with the Chromecast video. So that's why this is the next step where they're doing just the audio, because the Chromecast video works HDMI. So they have good, results with that. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm really close. They just did a sale on somewhere. I don't know if it was Amazon or Walmart, where you could buy 2 for it ended up being like $10 off for 2, and Google gave you $20 of free downloads. But that's only for the Chromecast, not for the Chromecast audio. So I'm hoping that sometime between now and Christmas, maybe they do a deal like that for the Chromecast audio. So, but I don't know, like I said, that's all part of things down the road. Cool things. Anything else? Anybody else? Anybody? Bueller?
I'm out.
Bueller?
Anyone?
No. So I've done a little stalking, because that's what we do now with the internet. We can stalk people and find out exactly who's out there and what they're doing. Darius is a Navy man.
Oh.
And not only is Darius a Navy man, he's got a lovely family, a young man. He's got a wife, 2 little children, but he's also Reverend Darius Woods. So
I'm gonna say, right now you've got a bunch of Navy SEALs planning to come to your house, John. But that's probably not now.
So
one heck of a Christmas party coming your way.
Yeah, what a cool little Christmas for Darius and his ministry. I was looking at it, and he has a lot of different things that he does. I don't believe so. I think he's in California. It looks like he's been doing some men's groups and such there.
Nice.
I think James was secretly hoping he was deployed, so we'd have to re-pull another number and maybe hit. Because I'll be honest, that's what thought went through my mind too.
I am kind of happy that none of us won of these 12, because I honestly would if I won, I would feel bad. I really do.
Yes.
No, you wouldn't.
I would
For about 5 seconds.
No, I really would.
Because
you got to know me. I would probably end up selling it and donating the money to something and say, here. That's just.
But still, so you'd feel bad about helping other people? Shame.
No, that would be my restitution of winning. I mean, I have to get rid of it. Is that, did I even use that word in the right?
Restitution.
Restitution to all the people who have entered the competition and lost. Yeah, we're gonna spread out the whatever I won, sell it, and then spread it out to all. What is it, 2,200 people? You get a portion.
Everybody gets 5 cents.
Everyone gets a postage stamp.
Well, yeah, it costs us more to
DJ
have
reparations. DJ reparations, man.
Oh,
I'm so happy I'm a part of this mess.
Good stuff. So as go ahead, James.
Sorry. Who used to use the little plastic liner that came inside a 12-inch for a slip pad underneath your pad?
I'll do you one up more. We used to take little plastic bags and cut the record out. And use that as a slip mat. That would get really staticky. That was a mess to do those.
Well, I had one of those zero stat guns.
Yeah.
So I just zap it. You have to do that one motion.
Just go to DJ Cubert's Stud Rumble site and buy the butter plates.
Oh, cool.
The butter mats. That's all you need is the butter mats.
The butter mats.
I still have my original Newmark, the first PPD turntables that came out, the black ones. Yeah, they don't have much torque. But
yeah, I seriously, no joke, and you guys will see this out in a few weeks. I am going to sit down and design the perfect controller. And I've had so many people go, oh yeah, I wish I had that. I wish I had that. I'm going to design it. So if somebody takes me up on it,
just make sure that it has high quality mic inputs on it.
Okay, it's going to have XLR outs. It's going to have RCA. It's going to have a booth out. It's going to have 2 mic inputs. It's going to have both split Q and regular headphones.
4 channels.
It's going to have It's going to have fader, crossfader adjustment. It's going to have motorized platters. It's going to have 4 dedicated Q point buttons and 4 dedicated effects button, so you don't have to twist and move. And if you want to do an echo out, it's one button, echo out.
Oh, nice.
It's gonna. What was your Shani? Because that one was in there too.
4 channels.
4 channels, yeah. Because a lot of people don't really realize how often, like, you can just, if you're at an event, because I've done live events, and somebody goes, "Oh, I'm a performer, and here's my CD." What are you going to do? You don't have a CD. Sometimes you have to take one that gives you a channel to plug it in.
Yep.
I want
And not have the mic control be one of the 4 channels.
No, correct. Yeah, they are individual with high, mids, and lows on them.
Thank you. With
Yes.
effects, I want effects. I want some kind of echo, just a little bit.
On the mic,
Yeah.
you're one of those people I want to stab in the heart, because Denon and all those guys keep putting this echo on the controllers, and I'm like, who in their right mind uses this?
Karaoke people. Karaoke people. They want that little touch of reverb.
And I'm not designing a controller for karaoke people. So.
I'm not talking karaoke. I like using it when I'm doing my introductions and my announcements. I just enough in there, because
Okay,
I got kind of a tinny nasally voice. So unless I got a nice good chest cold where I turn into this awesome voiceover guy,
It's got the very
I sound like crap.
Okay. First off, I can teach you how to make yourself sound better, because if you actually heard my real voice, you wouldn't believe it. Second off, I've heard many people talk about recording when they have a cold. I know vocal artists that will record their low notes in the morning and their high notes at night. Two different recording sessions. So, but I can teach you how to make your voice sound whatever you want it to sound.
I want to be Barry White. So tell me how to do that.
And that would be for next week's show. I want to see how.
I want to sound like Barry White
at the same time.
I want to see how he gets Shani to sound like Barry White. That would be.
I can do that. I can make her sound like.
I can't get enough of your love, baby.
My first, my last, my everything, right here.
There you go.
Oh, well, we need to wrap it up.
Girl.
We need to wrap it up and get going here, gang. It's been about an hour tonight. Congratulations one more time to Darius, and yay! Hopefully he'll be able to put those to good use, and he'll have a pass if he wants to come and check us out at Mobile Beat, Las Vegas. We'll get that information.
Send us pictures of you with the winnings, please.
Yep, we've already got a couple of pictures that have come in, because a couple have already got their stuff, so we'll be posting those up, because we really just appreciate that, getting that back.
Also, thank Darius for his service to our country.
Yeah, that's for sure. Thank you, Darius, and all the others because we've actually had a few military addresses when I was scrolling through earlier. I was looking for odd addresses to see if they were foreign or not. And yeah, we had quite a few. Was it APO? I believe it is.
APOs.
Yeah, we had a few of those in there. So, yay.
From Jersey, Jersey's another planet, but
Perfect. Yeah, Jersey, another planet. So once again, thank you very much. We'll be back again next Monday night. I think this week we're actually MJ. We're gonna be able to get to bed early this week. It's gonna be great. We're not doing live shows every night of the week. We'll be able to.
I thought you said get to bed early. I'm going to be up for probably another 6 or 7 hours.
Okay, I'm going to get to bed early. I'll be able to tuck my children in this week. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, because for those of you who don't know, we've done this almost. I've missed a couple of nights because of DJing, but John has literally every single Monday through Sunday through Friday we've done a live show.
We've done something, yeah.
Let us know more about this live show thing, because we really think that people are liking it. Tell us what you want. We're thinking about doing a first hour of maybe more serious topics, like we talked about early tonight with the shows that nobody really cares about, and then we can go in the second hour where I'm just BSing endlessly, and Shani is taking the brunt of everyone's jokes.
It's cool. It's all good.
I'm just afraid when
One eye open.
I'm afraid when she lets loose. That's the thing, because it's always when they hold back, it's coming hard.
Just remember, the quiet ones are the ones to watch.
And on that happy note,
nobody plans a murder when they're quiet. No, I'm just...
yeah, if they're screaming, they're not planning to murder, but boy, when they're quiet, they are. Okay, everyone, say goodnight. We'll see you guys again next week. Thanks for watching.
Au revoir.
The Disc Jockey News 12 Days of Christmas are sponsored by Projectogram, Top Hitch USA, Eternal Lighting, Omni Systems, Chavez DJ, ADJ, Prime Cuts, DJ Event Planner, Denon DJ, Promo Only, Blizzard Lighting, and Electro Voice.